Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here with a wig review for you. I'm here to show you Henry Margu Presley in the color 82733H. Presley is a super long piece that is great for ponytails and updos. So I can't wait to show you this one. I purchased this Presley during a phase I went through where I was just longing for ponytails and wigs and updos. And so I went searching for some good deals on eBay and in other places, and Presley came across my radar. So here we are today, and we're going to learn about Presley. So if you're interested, I'm going to show you Presley. I'm going to talk about the cap. I will show you this color 82733H outside and give you my impressions. So before we do anything else, let's look at Presley from all sides. All right, hopefully you were able to see the length. So she is definitely on the longer side of things. She comes down below my collarbone but above my bust, just barely, and has some really pretty long layers. So very much a layered piece but long layers. So you can see when I do this with the bangs, the bangs themselves go below my chin, and I am 8 inches from hairline to chin, so the longest layers are more than 8 inches. This color 82733H is a beautiful, very light, I would call this a blonde, an auburn blonde actually is how I would describe it. Let me grab my phone here so I can read to you the color description of this one. So it's a medium brown with gold blonde, strawberry, and auburn highlights. So in the Henry Margu line of wigs, if a wig has an H at the end, that means highlighted. It means that the wig will have visible highlights. And you can see some of those visible highlights here, and I will also show them to you outside. The reason why I call this more of an auburn blonde or a strawberry blonde is because those highlights are very bright and they are very heavy-handed on them. So while it does have a base of a medium brown, that's the 8, the 27 and the 33H, the highlighting part, are very heavy-handed. This is a beautiful, warm, golden color. But if I would have had this color in my first year of wig wearing, it would have been too blonde for me. There is no rooting on this one. And that 8 is super subtle, that it definitely doesn't feel like a brunette to me. It feels more like a blonde, a golden blonde, not a super light blonde. Definitely pulls on the red end of things, but it feels more like a blonde. So hopefully that helps you if you're a brunette wondering if you could wear this because of the 8 in it. Let's talk about the hair fibers, the permatease. First of all, this does not have any permatease. When I do this, I do not feel any poofy, pillowy permatease. I feel cap. There really isn't permatease in this one. When I take the wig off to show you the cap, we'll kind of see if there's any crimpy fibers. I'm suspecting there's really not. What does that mean? It means it lays really flat to the head, really low profile, and you're not getting body and volume out of it by doing this. Now, I can poof her out just a little bit here, as you can see, that's not going to last because there's no permatease to hold that. Eventually that's going to start to fall with gravity. In addition, the no permatease will give you lots of styling options. So if you're looking for a longer wig that you can pull into braids, pull back into clips, you know, into a ponytail, I have found sometimes with the lower permatease wigs, those are easier to achieve. I think of Ocean by Estetica, which I also have and love, but there's so much permatease in Ocean, it makes her a little bit hard for me to style, whereas this one's going to be just a little bit easier to style. How does the cap fit me? So, Henry Margu caps, I think, run true to average, and they have good coverage on me. So this wig is like the tremendous coverage. The ear tabs are here, and my ear, the top of my ear is here. So the ear tabs go down in front of my ears. Why does that matter? Because it provides coverage of your hairline all the way down to here. A lot of times when I have wigs where the ear tab goes closer to my ear as opposed to in front of it, I get coverage issues. I'm very closely buzzed right here, but that's all my hairline, and when ear tabs come down to my ears, you can see this hairline. Henry Margu goes right in front and it covers that hairline. I want that in a wig that I'm considering doing updos with, because that gives me no worries about the coverage. I also want that in a wig that's going to be significantly lighter or a different color than my bio hair, because I can't blend it very well. In a color like this, if you're a brunette, it doesn't have any rooting, so you're not going to be able to blend your darker hair with darker rooting. So that's something to look for in a wig. In addition, I do get some extra cap up here, which not a lot though. I don't get any buckling. It's not significant. So I would look at my measurements in the description to see how this one might fit you. The lace front is so good on this, and it usually is on Henry Margu wigs in my experience. It's so good. It helps that the colors are light, but they do just a great job of knotting that lace front. And the lace goes to here. So there's where kind of the ear tabs start and the lace goes temple to temple. Not ear tab to ear tab. Let's take off the cap and show you the inside, and then I'll see if I can show you any styling. We'll see how I do with that. All right. There's the lace front. It is a mono part, so you are limited to parting it on the left. It's a typical left mono part. You've got your ear tabs. There's hair sewn into them so that you get that good coverage, and then it has an extended nape and Velcro adjusters. Something I want to mention about this one. The fibers are on the drier end of things. They're a little bit dry, not doll hair dry or straw dry. They're just dry as opposed to silky, and they're fine. It's a fine fiber. Henry Margu fibers tend to be sort of light and airy and fine denier, as opposed to like Noriko fibers, which can be hardy and a little bit thicker. And what I've noticed is that with fibers that are fine and long, you get tangles, okay? This is already tangling up a little bit just from the little bit of manipulating that I did. It's not, if you're a long wig wearer, long hair wig wearer, you are aware of this. If you're not used to long hair though in wigs, it is something you should be aware of. So I'm not having too much trouble if I'm just taking my time getting a comb through her. You can see it's not too bad. I hit some tangles and then I just sort of work through those, and eventually I get it so that I can comb all the way through. So it's not terrible, but if you're going to own a wig like this, you're going to want to keep a wide tooth comb with you everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, because you are going to need to comb her out regularly. Something else I recommend, getting something for the nape, because this nape will get tangly because it's going to rub on your clothing all day long. I love Simply Styling, the spray, the Simply Styling Silk spray, and that I would spray on the nape of this every single time. I take her off and combing it out, and maybe even spraying some on the ends. When we go to the styling part of this video, I will show you what I'm talking about, because it's in the bathroom and we're going to go into the bathroom to style. So that I just want to warn you about the fibers on this. You know, again, if you wear long wigs, you're aware that that can be a challenge with a lot of long wigs. But if you don't, I really wanted to point that out. If you're new to wig wearing, long wigs do present some challenges like that. I will also tell you I am getting just a tiniest bit of shedding on her. Very small. Which again is not that unusual in long wigs. I don't experience shedding in shorter wigs very often, but these longer wigs, I think that can happen. So let's look at this color really quickly up close since I have her off, and it is such a pretty one. It's just got all of this dynamic blend. A 33 is a dark auburn. A 27 is a strawberry blonde. It's just super pretty. It's hard to really see that 8 in here at all, and I'm really actually surprised there is an 8 in this. They're very light with that 8, light-handed. So easy to wear. I don't have it out of the box for her because this is out of the box. She looked great out of the box. Now, of course, I did buy this from a wig sister. There have been no modifying done to it, but she was the one who got to see the true out of the box. But I do find in wigs like this that are long, straight, and do not have permatease, they can look pretty good out of the box. Rarely do they have terrible box hair. If they do, you can just hang it upside down for a few days, maybe spray a little water, and that's really all that's typically needed. All right, so let's get outside to see this color outside, and then I'll do a little bit of styling with this one so you can see some of the potential and get see that Simply Styling spray that I recommend. So hang on, let's go outside. All right, here we are with 827 33H outside. I do have a color spotlight of 4 similar colors like this. I've got this color, sugar brulee, salted caramel, one other color I'm spacing it. So if you want to see this compared to some similar colors, please go to my YouTube channel and you'll find that there. I just recently did that one. So pretty. I do think it's just a touch shiny in some kind of lighting because of all of the bright gold. It might come across as a little shiny and like super strong overhead fluorescent lighting. You can take care of that with just a little bit of dry shampoo, wearing, washing. All of that will take care of that. Beautiful highlighting done on this one. Really, really pretty. And like I said, no root. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped you. Let's go and do some styling. All right, everyone, so we're here in my bathroom just to do a couple of quick little styling tips. First thing is the Simply Styling spray I was telling you about. Simply Styling Light Silk Spray. This stuff is awesome on the nape of long wigs that get tangled. I just spray it on the nape, comb it out. It has a light sort of perfumey scent, so if you're scent sensitive, this does have a smell, but it works so great, and it actually would be one I would probably use on the outside of this one as well. I don't normally spray my wigs with very much stuff. I just don't really like to put a lot of product on my wigs. This is something I will always have in my cabinet though for wigs like this for sure. So you're gonna want something to keep the tangles at the nape at bay because she just constantly rubs up against your clothes. All right, so I put a wig grip on because styling wigs, especially Henry Margu runs just a little big on my head. I'd be having trouble keeping her on my head. Normally I would adhere with it stays in the front first and then style because at that point she's secure on my head. So the first thing I want to tell you is that this lace front is so awesome that you can just find styles where you just clip her up. So I have a video of my favorite accessories, and they're these little claw clips. I have them in so many different sizes. I highly recommend that if you don't already own a bunch of claw clips, that you get yourself some, because these are such lifesavers with styling. And all you do, I mean, this isn't perfect, but you can pull it off your head. You can leave one side down and pull one side up. You can pull them back like this. I mean, whatever you want to do. The other thing those claw clips are great for, and let me grab a bigger one for you guys, is for updos in the back. So just, you take the wig and you can, first of all, you could just stick it in a low pony with just a ponytail holder. And you know, this is going to take some manipulating. Wig fibers don't move, especially wigs that have a lot of wefting, like this one does, don't move the same as hair. So you're going to take some time to figure out how to get the wig to do what you want it to do. You know, so it doesn't have lumps and bumps and things like that in places that you don't want those. And then you can just twist it, and then you can take a claw clip. Now this isn't perfect yet. Take a claw clip and you kind of clip it and then let the hair spill over the sides. A great thing about wefted wigs is you can clip that right through the wefting, and that holds it super securely. The other thing is, if you have bio hair and you have a pony in the back, a little pony nub or something, then you can take and clip that through that, and even more secure. So now you're going to want to pull this down. And I love that Henry Margu has good coverage on me. It runs on a little big, like I said, on me, because I've got cap coverage everywhere. So then now I'm going to have to just start playing with the sides a little bit, and maybe pulling out a little bit of hair here just to disguise the cap. Maybe just a little bit of hair here. And these kinds of combs are great for that. And I really like the little bit of shorter layers in the front because that gives some good face framing, but I could always trim off just a little bit. My Tip Tuesday, one of my most recent Tip Tuesdays, shows how to take a thinning razor and trim off. Let me grab it here for you guys. Here it is. My thinning razor, one of my favorite accessories. And just trimming off just a little bit of the ends. Just a tiny little, well, that actually pulled off a little more. But then you've got more face framing layers. It's so good. So watch that Tip Tuesday if you want to see it. But then, once I've kind of pulled out the hair, then you've got a really easy updo. And I love updos in the summer. If it's winter and you've got a turtleneck on or scarves, you'll save these fibers by putting it in an updo. And so you can do that really easily. You can do a half up, half down. This one would be great to do braids, and so you can put it in braids. I'm not great at those kinds of things, but the whole purpose of buying this wig was so that I could do updos. So I think she's got great potential for some simple updos. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope all of this helped you, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Please like and subscribe if this kind of content is helpful for you. I'll know then to keep making it. I'll talk to you guys soon.